I'm a visual artist. I'm also a propaganda researcher, which means that a lot of my work has been focused on the way that different forms of power, different regimes of power, impact the role of art. So the work you see here is titled Steve Bannon, a propaganda retrospective, meaning that it's the model of the original exhibition project in which I traced the role of Steve Bannon's cultural and artistic work in shaping the contemporary regime of Trump, to show how artistic imagination sometimes leads to a shift in political reality. For me, propaganda is not about one message. It's not one poster, one film. It's really about trying to create an entirely new reality. And in that sense, you could say that the work of Bannon was to create his own alt-right biosphere, a completely alternative world, an alt world with its own symbols, its own messages, its own alternative narratives. In the first part of the model, the first room, you could say, we see the early work of Bannon that he developed in Hollywood and as a venture capitalist in Goldman Sachs. So the second model is titled Bannon's Cyclical Time, and it shows 10 screens with all the dominant visual metaphors in all of Bannon's films. The use of natural disasters. There are certain visual metaphors that return all the time, and they all relate to Bannon's conviction that time develops cyclically. He creates this kind of multi-figured monster or enemy figure against which a great civilization has to re-emerge. So once the viewer has been overwhelmed with this kinetic cinema, Trump appears as the leader figure who can can direct this great clash of civilizations. The third room is titled Performing Trumpism, and it tries to show how the work of Bannon through his films have influenced the first year of the Trump administration, during which Bannon was a key advisor. So one example is the first press conference that Trump gave being as president-elect after having been pushed to give insight in his tax returns. He organizes a press conference with a table that is full of files, but then some reporters, they realized that all of the folders only had empty papers inside of them. So it was purely a kind of prop, almost like a cinematic background. And this is somehow representative or symbolic for the way that Trump governs by images and symbolic gestures. The reason why it was important to present the model in this particular exhibition on espionage was to kind of reverse the usual role of the person who is subjected to propaganda and the one who makes it. So suddenly we are no longer in Bannon's scheme, in the scheme of the propaganda artist. We as viewers have the overview. It's us spying back on those who usually spy on us.